Hey everybody, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Tactics AI Tournament League for June. It's day 5, and we've got 8 matchups set. Once again, losers bracket. The field will be winnowed down to 16 after today. I'm Sardek, and with me in the booth tonight is Barren.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you all enjoying the summer so far.
I've been enjoying this month, I'll tell you. There are a bunch of really powerful teams already in the losers bracket. Today is going to be more explosive than usual this early in the tournament. Featuring both Coppola teams, both Simmon teams, and that crazy warped team that got knocked down by Paffey. It was just a stacked month all around.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that tournaments like this can be unpredictable. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started.
Opening match, DW1 versus Coppola 1. Golden Sun TLA, but Kraden has a gun versus Blitzkrieg. For Golden Sun, we have Ivan the Summoner with Item, Catch, Short Charge, and Equip Bows. Also Hunting Bow. Jenna the Ninja with Basic Skill, Weapon Guard, 2 Swords, and Guts. Pierce the Lancer with Holy Sword, Dragon Spirit, Attack Up, and Move +1. And Kraden the Mediator with Time Magic, Regenerator, Deadshot, and Magic Defend Up. On the other side, for Blitzkrieg, we have Eric the Ninja, Holy Sword, Auto Potion, Defense Up, Magic Defend Up. Carl the Spellblade with Basic Skill, Weapon Guard, Attack Up, and Move +2. Wilhelm the Summoner with White Magic, Arrow Guard, Magic Attack Up, and Equip Gun. And Max the Monk with Time Magic, Dragon Spirit, Equip Armor, and Equip Sword. Nagrarok Monk. Haven't seen that one in a while. It's neat. Going to large 74 to start.
All right, Squeegee Woods, a classic small map, I think. Or is it medium? I think it's
large.
Large? Oh yeah, that's right. The starting positions. Okay. And I forget. Quick question: Katanas no longer depend on Brave, right?
No, they still include Brave. It's just they go MA instead of PA. Although all of that changes next month.
Okay, because I know that the Spellblade's Brave is 50, which I thought the damage is not going to be maximized to his potential.
Well,
if that's the case.
I imagine he's mostly using it to be able to use sword skills. Like, katanas are generally the best, well, specifically Murasame is the best for sword skills, but it's a lot worse for just basic attacks, so it's a trade-off. Start stronger, but have staying power issues.
Okay, I see.
It's like if you have a basic sword, you can swing for, like, better when you run out, but you have weaker sword skill attacks themselves.
Mm. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just thought it was a curious choice to have your katana user not have max Brave. Ninja throws a shuriken for a solid 198, but it's going to trigger a re-raise. Ivan the Hunting Bow Summoner will now go for Ramu here. Instant cast Ramu. 210, that's pretty solid damage. That's basically a 2-hit KO.
I think the monk is interesting, because most monks have Equip Axe, but Equip Sword, you get 2 less PA, but you get the extra speed, move, and jump.
Yeah, it feels more like it's definitely much more of a utility weapon, as opposed to like stat stacking weapon. Split punch for a solid 315, knocks out the Lancer, but it gets right back up. Goes for Sanctuary, then runs off. He might die next turn, depending on if the Spellblade could go back after the Lancer again or not.
Feels like the Spellblade's going to want to go after that chunk of 3 people closer to him. Although the Ninja can probably get a Shuriken out to get the Lancer down.
Yeah, plus the Spellblade is death sentence, so he's gonna have to make his next turn count. Lancer blocks and gets another free re-raise, so aha! Survivability. Yep, he goes right back after the Lancer. So that's essentially a turn wasted.
Although there's still 4v2, so...
True, but it might turn to 3-on-3 in a second.
They
Now,
react their haste and put out an overload.
This is for 28%. Misses. I still find it hilarious that you can attempt a status infliction and still hurt yourself.
Look, he was just yelling really loud, okay?
Don't want to lose his voice. Repeating fist for... okay, to be fair, the ninja has protect on, so that's probably why the damage was pretty low.
Nice kill on the Lancer.
With that gun summoner is right there for the anti-sandbag.
Kraden continuing to be useless. But Golden Sun ahead a team member. Revive does bring the Spellblade back, but he's still pretty low.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they're gonna be able to get to that summoner, because that summoner has been like a bane of their existence so far.
Well, he's pretty much out of mana now with only 21, so he's not going to be as big a problem moving forward. And also, Kraden was targeting like a 400-plus shot on him, so...
Did he had arrow guards? I did see him block.
Well, it's stone gun, so it is evadable, but...
Alright, summoner goes for the cure. Heals for a nice amount. Kraden, the mediator. Okay. Oh, okay. So it was just evadable stone gun. Makes sense. Wave fist for shockingly low 35. Well, I guess protect is there, so.
That's got to be worst compatibility on top of it. Because, like, even though Nagorok's not as much as a Golem Axe, like, that's still a really low damage hit.
It's true. I think the monk only had 15 PA, I think, anyways. So he wasn't get... And without attack up, so that pretty much contributed to the low damage output. That and protect.
Let's see, he's Cancer versus... who was it that he took out? Kraden?
The mediator, yeah. So male Cancer, male Capricorn. There we go.
Yep, it was in fact worst, like I thought.
Or, and does the book provide him defense up?
Which book was it?
I think it might have been Papyrus Plate. I think.
Well, that was
if it's blue. Yeah, it was Papyrus Plate. That's defense up, right? Wow. Defense up, worst compat, mediator.
It can't guts an overload. Game 1 to Blitzkrieg.
Alright, so Coppola 1 and DW 0. We'll see how round 2 shapes up. Yeah, Ninja just basically had a heart attack after throwing that shuriken. That's what happened.
Golden Sun did do a reasonable job of getting back into it, but just got knocked back down because they couldn't capitalize on it. I think it's... their offense is just a little too lacking to take advantage of the good coverage they have defensively.
Yeah, that was I think that was the main issue for one of my Elemental Absorb team, why they performed so poorly, because I didn't take into account the pro shells, among other things, of course, despite the Elemental Healing synergy that it did show off. Wow, 6% split punch. Nah, denied.
Yeah, that ninja is definitely problems for a number of Blitzkrieg units.
Yeah, and in fact, the only reason why she went down was because of overload. So we're gonna see if what happens if overload's not gonna be a factor. Should that be a thing?
Yeah, I think the yells actually worked against Golden Sun in Game 1, because the turns they were yelling were probably turns that would have been better served, like, taking advantage of the weakened enemies and getting kills to get ahead of things.
Which is why I kind of, this is just a me thing personally, why I kind of been hesitant to use yell because of how AI might not exactly make the most of overload.
I think the biggest problem here was that, like, Yell is on the DPS unit itself, so instead of killing, she takes a turn to be better at killing. I think it's better served on a support unit that wasn't doing the killing itself, making your killers better when they go.
Yeah, that seems to be the best course of action, like maybe someone with like maybe a Squire with a Mage Masher, for example, I think would be the best choice. Well, it was a good choice at that. And wow, a kill and a self-kill. That's rather funny.
Yeah, like, Golden Sun, once again, is, like, even 3-3. Blitzkrieg is doing some, revival, and that summoner is poised to do nasty things.
Mm-hmm. Especially when everyone's all clumped up. Crit shot, thanks to Dead Shot, that might have knocked the Spellblade out of range for whatever the summoner was gonna cast, but
still, the recoil hitting their ninja was really useful. And a throw stone for the kill, that's incredible.
Right to his ankles. So it's 3-on-1, and I believe this is once again Coppola's favor here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, with the haste just getting reset, they're just so far ahead on turn economy. Although that said, the summoner dying is actually a pretty big deal, because that ninja is very hard for the Spellblade to deal with.
Yeah, especially if you don't have, like, concentrate, or at least a way to... Wait. Hold on. They just need one more hit.
What she needs to do is kill the monk. Because the monk is the one with the revivals. If you kill the monk, the ninja's just going to run away in near fatal, and that gives you a turn to deal with the Spellblade. And then if the timing is right, the ninja approaches, but you can shuriken him down before he gets to you. But unfortunately, that is not the way she went. She went after the Spellblade, and now it's 3-on-1.
Then it's gonna be 3-on-0 because she just yelled at herself.
Yeah, again, the DPS are using Yell, wasted a turn and killed herself. So the lesson of that one is be careful with Yell. Blitzkrieg takes the match 2-0. Up next, we have Break 2 versus Love Chord Magic 1, The Eminence in Shadow versus Oh No, Not This Again. For The Eminence in Shadow, Break's infamous grenade team facing off against the other bomb in the tournament. Rose Orlana, the ninja with Sword Magic, MP Switch, Equip Shield, and Guts. Alpha the Geomancer with Item Counterflood, Magic Attack Up, Magic Defend Up. Sid Kageno the Spellblade, Basic Skill Weapon Guard Attack Up and Move +3. And Iris Midgard the Grenade with Triple Flame. On the other side for Love Card Magic, we have Not a Fighter the Samurai with White Magic, Auto Potion, Move MP Up, and Teleport. Not 3X Flamer the Bomb with Douse. Not PA Max, the Spellblade with basic skill, weapon guard, attack up, and move +3. And that Flame Shield is going to come in super handy against the Eminence and Shadow. And not 12 speed, the Sage with draw out, damage split equip armor, and move +2. That Spellblade being immune to pretty much the entirety of Brake's team is going to be really big for Love Colored Magic here.
Well, Love Colored Magic is already fighting fire with fire, so.
I think she uses her bomb mostly for douse rather than for the flame attack, which also is pretty good against other grenades because, well, poison isn't reduced by the.
I think you missed the pun. What I just said.
Sure did.
All right. That aside, the point still stands though that if it's just gonna be doused, then the fire damage is gonna just be even more powerful. And plus, the Spellblade being pretty much immune to the opposition's fire attack is gonna cause some awkwardness for sure. We'll see how this goes.
Spellblade on Love Colored Magic side misses the haste. That's unfortunate. That's the unit that wants it the most.
Shuriken for pretty low 54 damage. I wonder if that's bad compat or it's just low speed.
Well, it's just that the bombs take half damage.
Oh, really? So they're
specifically
just that tanky?
Tier 1 bomb takes half damage. That's part of their kit.
Oh, wow. That gives them a lot of defensive utility.
Well, I mean, they also have, like, super low hit points, so it was basically to keep self-destruct from being, like, super overpowered. Because if you have a monster with 500 hit points and self-destruct, then, well, some things are going to happen. Whereas if it's just 250 hit points taking half damage, that's something else entirely.
Yeah, because it gives the bombs more opportunity to set up for self-D, yeah.
Oh geez, Heaven's Cloud, that's water. And both of the shield users are weak to water. So
that's actually a nice little way of that's a very good coverage option now that you brought that up, yeah. Which is why I like to typically combine that with a leather helmet, because it absorbs the water weakness.
I don't see a lot of leather helmets, but yeah, like, if you're running flame shields, they're certainly a reasonable choice.
Another Heaven's Cloud, down goes the Geomancer. The grenades will go for the triple flame. Hits the Samurai only once though. Had it gone off twice, then that would have been a dead Samurai. Split Punch for a decent chunk.
Yeah, Love Colored Magic is way ahead.
Absolutely.
Although that's a nice heal for the grenade.
Flame Attack for 306. MP switch, tank in the hit. Asura takes her down. Alright, Spellblade will run forward and go for Lightning Stab. Critical quick on the grenade. Is he gonna blow up? Nope, he goes for Triple Flame instead. Doesn't want to throw away its life just yet. Once again, just off by one with that Triple Flame.
Yeah, Douse was all he had in the tank there, because his other abilities can't damage him. That looks like a heal coming out of the Samurai. Probably a rejuve.
Or it could just be regular cure. I think the AoE was pretty low. At least I didn't notice the AoE being particularly big. Yeah, it was Cure.
Yep. Goodbye,
Wait, did it
grenade. Game 1 goes to... Oh no, not this again. Bombs are undead.
Yeah. Oh, they're undead.
Yep.
Is it just because they can get back up by themselves and blow up again?
Yeah.
Okay,
But also,
got it.
I didn't want... Like, back in the day, I was worried about bombs plus, like, a 15-speed ninja with Phoenix Downs. Bring the bomb up, self-destruct, bring the bomb up, self-destruct. I'm like, this is a little much.
Okay, so it just makes them functionally balanced.
Well, that was the idea, although they never actually use self-destruct, so it's more of a... I never bothered fixing this because I just have to fix it back when the AI goes in anyways.
I mean, I was initially thinking that the grenade could easily blow up on the
Oh, that's a brutal Heaven's Cloud.
Oh yeah, it was. I was thinking the grenade could have blown up on the Spellblade in the last match if it really wanted to, because the Spellblade was right there, and it could have just blown up to take it out, but went for the triple flame instead.
Speaking of triple flames,
on the same spot. I mean, I guess if that's the intended target, then that's all that matters. Interesting the AI would use Yagyu Dart. I don't think we see that too often. They typically go for Shuriken or is Yagyu Dart is boosted by like Dracula Mantle or something.
I don't know what they might have that could boost it. I know that it's dark element, so if there is a boost dark, they could be using it.
Because I know Dracula Mantle is the only one that does boost dark. Because a lot of the time it could just be me, but the ninjas always go for just Shuriken. Not that I'm complaining per se, it's just something I've noticed.
Well, it does have a higher WP than Yagyu Darkness, so it would make sense.
Oh, okay. Better weapon power. Gotcha. And plus, they would use it if someone could absorb Dark to heal or something like that. Okay. I get you now. Triple Flame goes off again, but will it hit the Samurai? Nope. Unlucky. The Samurai with the teleport has given him a lot of opportunities to get to the perfect spot to get away from combat, or at least try to. And plus, it does also make him contribute as a support unit a little bit better. That ninja's living on 1 health.
It's an M barrier for the Samurai.
Now Ivy for 119. No status infliction there. And the Sage goes down. Ready to go for another triple flame. Once again, no dice.
Really should bring some dice with them.
Loaded dice.
Yeah, so far they've been loaded in the wrong direction.
LIV, and thanks to that auto shell from the M barrier, the Samurai can just tank that no problem.
Ignition Slash is a good, just a good direction for this Spellblade there, trying to get a sundown to make the next hit really count, but not able to land it.
Yeah, it's only like 20% chance if I remember correctly. Oh, will it hit 3? No, that triple flame really needed to hit twice to bring down that Samurai.
Bomb is back.
Going for a douse. Ooh, a little bit of poison there.
That is a pretty critical douse.
because Samurai's gotta fall back and buff his bomb buddy. But never mind.
Well, it gives himself haste as well, which is pretty important with the other team lacking it. Spellblade has to cheer up Self to get up enough MP to do another Spellblade, so it's buying the Samurai the time that he needs.
Yeah, it makes me often wonder if cheer up is even worth it on a physical attacker that needs MP to deal more damage. Or is it just a lot better off just focusing on attacking?
Well, I mean, if you need the MP, somebody's got to have the cheer up.
That's true, yeah. And sometimes to support you, it might be too far away.
Samurai, unfortunately, having a hard time getting anyone up long enough to do damage.
Could just be either lack of MP for full life. I don't think the Samurai has full life, though.
Probably
could
doesn't.
Be a lack of Yeah, okay, then my guess is that the... Oh, 352, that's gonna hurt. Then my guess is that the Sage and the Spellblade just does not have enough hit points.
Eminence in Shadow clawing it back. We're gonna see a game 3.
All right, we're about to go to the monastery here and see some bodies hit the floor here.
Orbone looks so different when it's not raining.
Yeah, when it's not just basically playing the tutorial map music. Which, it's funny because, the fight theme that plays in that part of the game is really, really good. I think it's called Trisection, if I remember correctly. The name of that track that plays when you have Agrias and Gafgarian play as guest AI for this particular map.
It's actually the song coming up next, so we missed it by 1.
Alright, cleanse to get rid of the poison. Never a bad thing. Stage will move forward, go for Asura. Solid 192. His split punch will be able to finish her off.
So currently, oh no, not this again, is ahead by 1 unit.
Looks that way right now. The Samurai is going to try to go for a life. Counter Flood, not for a lot of damage though. I guess the shell really does help out. Station Sword, though, will... Oh, nearly took him out.
Not quite enough,
Samurai
though.
That Samurai having a lot of HP really came in clutch there. Oh, he's going for Esna instead.
Ate the poison and the sundown, redirected. But not gonna matter. That Heaven's Cloud is just gonna kill him outright. Being weak to water is certainly a thing.
Yeah, as uncommon as it might be, it is certainly there. Which I can understand why you wouldn't have to worry about those specific matchups, but given that the weakness is still there, I'd rather find a way to circumvent it as opposed to run the risk. But that's just me. Sage is about to look for a M barrier here. Lightning Stab goes off, but does not connect. Counter Flood does, but no status.
We're seeing closer to a repeat of Game 1 here. Oh no, not this again, in a commanding lead. It seems
Yeah, it
like
does not
they do
seem-
pretty poorly when they're put on the back foot, but when they have the initiative, they go hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. We often run offensive blitz teams. They either have to gain an early lead and just stick and stay in that lead, or their defensive profile is just simply it doesn't hold up. That sentence on that Geomancer, yeah, I definitely love Color Magic. Is gonna take this one all the way to the bank.
Yeah, a Geo is one of the few capable of killing 4 units in 2 turns, but with them all at this full health, that is super unlikely.
Not to mention that his Geomancer has no way of removing buffs. Like, you would need... I imagine Dispel 2 will be the best choice, because it targets such a wide area.
We've certainly seen some effective Dispel 2s this month, although not on this team.
Unfortunately, no. But yeah, the rest of the team is just gonna just sit back and chill. Weirdly enough, though, I kind of like Asuna 2 as opposed to regular Asuna. It technically Sage is much more of an expensive class to unlock, but I find Asuna 2 to be a bit more accessible in a weird way. Plus, it doesn't screw with the JP cost. I guess I'm just stingy like that when it comes to doing math. Anyways, not much else to see here except everyone's just chilling in the back, waiting for the Geomancer to drop. Can happen any time now. Yep, that's it.
Off screen. Match goes to Love Card Magic 1. Oh no, not this again. Survives to see another day. Up next, Coppola 2 versus Crab 2. Special support section versus 1000 Years of Pain. For the special support section, we have Tio Plato, the priest, with Yin Yang Magic, damage split, half of MP, and Magic defend up. Lloyd Bannings, the squire, with Steel Hamido, 2 swords for that double scorpion tail, and maintenance to keep them from being broken. Randy Orlando, the monk, with Holy Sword, Weapon Guard, Equip Armor, and the more meta common Equip Axe. And Ellie McDowell, the Time Mage, with White Magic, Arrow Guard, Defense Up, and Equip Gun. On the other side, for 1000 Years of Pain, we have Brown Eye the Sage, with Time Magic, Damage Split, Defense Up, and Magic Defend Up. Sphincter the Lancer, with Item, CT Save, Concentrate, and Throw Item, and of course that Obelisk to rip those statuses off. The Ninja, with Holy Sword, Weapon Guard, Attack Up, and Move +3. And Starfish the Oracle, with Holy Sword, Hamido, Equip Armor, and Move +2. Going to large 82.
Well, we went from one desert from one of the previous maps. Now we go to the other one.
And yup, it definitely was tri-section.
Yeah, it's a really good... Yeah, Tactics just has really solid music in general.
I agree. This, of course, being kind of a rotation of half of the original map, so that now it's symmetrical, because there were some major problems with one side clumping up and just getting destroyed.
So choke pointing is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's that choke point you can see on the, well, that just rotated out of the camera.
But I did see it a second ago. But yeah, go on.
But yeah, both sides have it now, instead of one side having like a clear wide lane. And they tend to meet in the center instead of going up the choke point. So the map is just much better balanced for both teams, because the team with the choke point in the old version of the map just had such a horrendous win rate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, especially since one team is not really designed to deal choke point, but the other one clearly is. Ninja gets pot shot at.
The target to finish him off.
That's something I've always wanted to try, actually, a Squire with 2 flails and target. Because the cool thing about that is Squire Zone doesn't really need any PA stacking. You just need high HP.
Yeah, I mean, flail is certainly a way to ignore your PA.
But you can even combine that with something like Sicken. That will have some really good utility. Like, good offensive utility. Holy goes off, but gets blocked. That Oracle must have pretty high magic evade in order to block that, I'm pretty sure. There's a spell, too. We spoke of that earlier. But the Time Mage is right there for the regen, so able to reapply at least one of the buffs.
Now that Squire is in the back line, that's going to be a pretty big problem for 1,000 Years of Pain.
Damage split goes off. I believe that was on the... Oh, the priest had damage split. Okay. Yeah, the priest is also instant as well. She really can't do a lot of support things right now. Oh, I guess she can die, and then if she were to get right back up, the instant stash should be removed, so I guess it's not the worst thing to have happened. Strange that the Squire did not go for target that time. I wonder if because of the AI saw a kill and went for it.
Usually the case, yeah. If target isn't enough, then it'll take the shot at being evaded.
Does target have like a lower... Oh, right. It's because of the lack of PA. Because target has PA... Oh, okay, I get it now.
No problem with killing from behind, though.
That's true. That is something worth considering. Like, should you sacrifice the Squire's durability for the spam target more reliably? Lancer goes with the Phoenix down. Not sure what good it's going to do, though, other than just keep feeding the Squire. And I think that the blue team is about to bring this home, at least for round 1. Although Lancer have 514 hit points, he's not going to be easy to bring down.
Unfortunately, all the things that he's Phoenix downing are easy to bring down, so it is only a matter of time.
That is true. I guess the one that can realistically shoot 2-shot him is that monk. 260 damage with the Earth Slash is really impressive.
Game 1 does go to the special support section.
I also like the equipped armor aspect for that monk because it gives him more flexibility to utilize his high HP, which, well, innately it does have. It just needs more of it in order to really, in order really for him to absorb punishment at the front lines, which monks kind of lack.
Yeah, and also it lets them wear a hat in ways that they could not otherwise.
Right, because back in Arena, they were actually able to wield ribbons, and that did different things for them. I guess it was a way to compensate monks not being able to wear any headgear, and you don't have to always rely on equipped armor for that. So you were able to just Give them a ribbon and slap attack up on them, and then there you go. Probably goes for Steel Heart, but misses. That would have been nice to get an early lead, but alas. Ouch. That Assassin Dagger Ninja hit for 297?
I mean, definitely took care of that monk in quick order.
Oh, absolutely. And that monk's got improved health.
That is an
180.
innocent bonk on top of a buff strip.
Oh, Hamido, though, saving his life.
Redirecting a Demi into him, but he evades it.
It was a good attempt, though. And now he goes for Defy Pain to bring himself close enough to full.
I think if they all converge down and take out this priest, they actually have a shot at taking this map.
Indeed, they do. They just have to go in and capitalize on the opening. With the monk being down, this is a good chance for him to close the game.
196 judgment on the
Squire.
Yep.
And he does go down.
That's a pretty nice dispel too right there, getting both Pro Shell and haste.
And the timing is getting low on MP as well.
Though that dangerous monk is back, and their own hastes are gone.
And he's got a turn. Didn't quite see an Earth Slash hit or not.
It hit, but I don't know how much damage it did.
I'm gonna assume 200.
So 184 judgment. Most
that-
of it, she's at very low.
Still, the fact the monk did have more than enough health after life one to survive at least one hit is gonna make the other team waste a turn trying to kill that one monk. So the priest might be able to revive him again.
Priest has just enough for one more revival. Priest is now out of revival range.
Which in that case, the monk might have to go. Well, he's gonna go for the damage instead. 170 and a 90. That had to be back at Pat somewhere. Well, protect. I can't talk. Protect also didn't help matters for him either.
That failed Hamido for that rod bonk in the back from that sage. Really unfortunate for that monk. Or no, wait, it was the squire that had it.
Yeah, the squire had Hamido. The sage is the one with the damage split. Yeah, it did kind of feel like it does seem like while the monk is impressive at taking hits when need be. Oh, not that critical hit. Not when they crit. It did seem like it kind of falls apart once the monk goes down, and the squire with Hamido, well, it's cool, but
Priest has half of MP, still has another life in the tank actually.
Ooh, that's a good point there.
Yeah, I was like, wait, she just revived the monk after I thought she was out, and then I look and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, sometimes you don't see half of MP occur often, but when you do, you start to see that, okay, it's useful for at least keep providing support as best they can.
Yeah, it's definitely reasonable on priests.
Especially if you consider, like, books that can add, like, magic attack up or magic +2 or something, depending on what you're aiming for.
Crab takes game 2, and we're seeing another game 3.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing some competitive back and forth. This isn't like a blowout.
Yeah, and having a game 3 against Coppola is certainly an achievement in and of itself. Like, he puts together really good teams. It's actually completely wild to me that he's got both in the losers bracket this early. There's some real monsters up in the winners bracket this month.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what happened with a couple of my teams that seemed good on paper, but then in practice had just had bad matchups. So it could have been more. It could have been the same thing for him, probably.
I mean, he's pretty consistently a top performer, so to be this low this early is certainly uncommon.
I mean, I also had a couple of strong showings from some of your previous tournaments as well.
Well, yeah, a couple. Coppola has basically always been in the top 8. So being this far outside of it is unusual for him.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Like, pretty much everybody has seen their way into the top 8 at least once. But, like, Coppola is just there every month.
I think that was Nightshade that time?
Moss Fungus, actually.
Oh, Moss Fungus. Okay, that's the one that implies Sundown.
Correct.
Interesting.
I believe it applied the Sundown on the second swing. If it was the first, it would have killed.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Couldn't quite meet that Oko threshold.
Nonetheless, that's 2 near-fatal units for 1,000 Years of Pain. That's really going to put him on the back foot.
Yeah, now it becomes a matter of can the Lancer be fast enough at healing everybody up?
They're going to need a lucky turn where something misses, or the action economy's going to just work out too well in Coppola's favor.
Well, so far the Ninja Dodge and Holy is a start.
That's huge.
And
That's the tempo change they needed.
Absolutely. And damage split always helps as well, shaving off a little bit of that damage.
And she's about to rip the haste off the rest of the special support squad.
So now it's become a matter of Squire gets hit for 45. So now it becomes a matter of can the Lancer just keep everyone up. I think that's the big thing.
Wave Fist
And
not enough to finish her off.
Yeah, that first damage split from before as well allowed the Sage to pursue the enemy team much more aggressively. But she is going to have to back off after this.
Oh, the time mage might finish her off with a, gunshot. She was too slow.
That is unfortunate.
Ninja manages to dodge the second swing, surviving the Squire, but they're still pretty far behind.
Yeah, and with the Sage running far ahead of her team, it's going to be pretty hard for the red team to be able to come back. Especially since that Sage was getting ready to Dispel too.
Yeah, like if that Sage landed the Dispel too, the time disruption of them having to reapply haste would have been really big. But now they get to do it just completely uninterrupted while everyone else is on the other side of the map. That's not a recipe for success for a red team.
And the Monk's right there with the chakra, so the Time Mage can always do it again if she wants to. Steelheart? Ooh, that would have been gone from bad to worse if that landed.
Yeah, definitely getting some lucky rolls to keep from just being completely out of it.
The Hamido Sundown and the second whack killed.
But the luck has to run out sometime, and there it was.
Indeed, so now we're looking at 4-on-2 in favor of blue. Blue is Coppola, I'm assuming, or is Coppola in the red?
Cop is blue, red is Crab.
Okay. Yeah, Coppola, I think might have sealed it with that Hamido.
Yeah, that was definitely a big moment. This ninja doesn't really have the burst damage to be enough.
Yeah, the best he can do is just chip. Although he did get hit with Holy, can the monk finish him off?
I say yes.
All right. Now we're looking at 3-on-1. That Lancers have to work extremely hard to mount a comeback, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, Consecrate is not enough.
Is that the ninja just having like bad compat, or is it just because it's faith v faith, right?
Well, faith v unfaith, but yeah.
So wait, high faith
Takes less.
So wait. Okay, so you yourself need to have high faith, and the opponent in question needs to have low faith in order for the damage to scale.
Right, and both of them have 70, so Paladin is not at its best against them.
Interesting. So I imagine then, would Innocent be able to boost Holy Sword damage, or is that just
significantly?
Okay, so Innocent does alter Holy Sword damage. Okay.
Yeah, you hit innocent targets a lot harder.
All right, that is good to know.
It's 110 minus faith is the coefficient, so an innocent target, you'd be doing 110% damage instead of 70% damage. Because you do 70% on a 40 and 40% on a 70, so the difference between those and 110% damage is pretty big. Slightly more than having faith yourself. Yes, unfortunate Lancer just not able to get anything going.
Yeah, I mean, as bulky as he is, he's not exactly the fastest guy around.
Wave Fist in the back finishes it off. Special support section edges out 1,000 Years of Pain 2-1. Now we go to Simmon 1 versus Simmon 2. On the bright side, at least one Simmon team makes it out of this round. On the other side, definitely not both. For Simmon 2's The Eagles, we have Don Henley the Archer with basic skill, Arrow Guard, Deadshot, and Sniper. Joe Walsh the Ninja with Talk Skill, Counter Throw, Concentrate, and Sicken. Timothy B. Schmidt the Monk with Holy Sword, Weapon Guard, Attack Up, and Equip Axe. And Glenn Fry the Dancer with Item, Auto Potion, Equip Shield, and Magic Defend Up. On the other side, for Spicy, we have, still not trying to pronounce that, even if I listened to it a bunch of times by the computer, the Archer with basic skill, Arrow Guard, Deadshot, and Sniper. Red Tie Curry, the Ninja with Talk Skill, Counter Throw, Concentrate, and Sicken. Chicken 65, the Monk with Holy Sword, Weapon Guard, Attack Up, and Equip Axe. And Ice Cream the Summoner with Item, Counter Magic, Short Charge, and Equip Bows.
I think this is the second... Yeah, this has to be the second time we've seen a Hunting Bow Summoner.
Yep, there are at least a couple of them this month, because Hunting Bow is the only way that you have Concentrate on a magic class.
I see.
Or, well, the equivalent of magical Concentrate, Transparent.
Because otherwise, the Pseudo Substitute would have had to have been Vanish Mantle, and that's like a once-off thing.
Right, and once you start charging, the Transparent disappears, and it's not around for when the spell goes off, so not even good enough.
Or even at all, now that you said it.
Don't move Purified off immediately.
Taking 65, not yet in range.
Dancer begins her dance.
Bahamut Forge is 267. Only hit one enemy here. But the Shuriken follow-up will still take him down. Archer will go for... Oh, overload. That's why the damage display was so high. But it did a crit 336. Only don't move got applied.
Dancer taking the hill.
As one would. A little bit of pep talk there.
Second Bahamut, big hit. Goodbye, Monk. Spicy definitely having a better time than the Eagles, especially missing that wish.
Indeed, another nameless dance supposed to go off.
Just
The
a poison.
So don't move and poison. Unless the monk has Stigma magic, he's not going to be able to do much about it.
That summoner is just acting as an artillery battery here. Just pummeling the Eagles from a distance.
Yeah, it's almost as if the nameless dance doesn't really impact much, like, at all.
Well, first time for everything, I suppose.
Indeed. Yeah, I think the key was that the map was wide enough for the summoner to just waltz in and just keep casting Bahamut over and over again.
Confusion on the monk, not gonna be enough. That poison is probably gonna finish the dancer off. Yep.
But she took someone down with them, so there's that.
Have to send the message. Small 49 up next.
This might be the map where the summoner might have a bit of a harder time getting off that Bahamut, unless, of course, unless it goes to a really, really convenient spot where you can just keep casting Bahamut, but here at least I'll have an easier time reaching him.
Full team hastes to start. On both sides.
Yeah, it's either Toxio Ninja is quite underrated. Archer's looking for Time Strike. Not sure how wise that is. Or is he even remotely fast enough to... Ooh, yeah, Stigma Magic. Get rid of the don't move. Okay.
Dancer begins.
That monk sacrificed himself so the summoner might be able to get a turn. What a guy.
Given how effective the summoner was on the large map, it's probably a good strategic decision.
Especially since now he's about to move in. And hit everyone with Shiva. Okay.
Yeah, the CT probably lined up better this way. Yeah, an instant double kill, definitely better than a long-lasting die before you get it off.
That's very true. And yeah, this does not look good for the dancers team here.
The crit was just short of killing the dancer too. It rolled low because the prediction had the dancer dead.
What is it, 2-on-2 currently? I think.
It is.
So who knows? But yeah, the dancer not having like any sort of sustained sorry. The Dancer not really doing anything exactly. Okay, Don't Move might be something, but I don't know what the Dancer's going to exactly contribute at this point.
I mean, Confuses and Don't Moves definitely buy the Archer time to sneak in some kill shots, but I think it's too little too late.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Perhaps if the Dancer landed all those Don't Moves earlier, then that could do something. That could have done something, yeah. But yeah, despite it being 2-on-2 for a brief moment, it doesn't seem like that the team of the Dancer is going to be able to make a comeback here. I think the damage output is just a little bit too lacking. Or rather, the AI prioritizing could have been done better. Yeah, the Archer's got overload, but then he's got to hurt himself, and then the poison's going to even further chip him down.
Just super unfortunate that the Zodiacs are unmatched on that team, it looks like.
Yeah, because Wish keeps saying 83%, but it keeps missing.
Down goes the Archer, and Spicy takes the match 2-0. Probably the stronger of Simmons' teams, so not a surprising result. Up next we have Paffey versus DW2. Down to Clown of Great Renown versus Wasp's Nest. For Down to Clown, we have, of course, Clown the Time Mage with White Magic, Damage Split, Equip Armor, and Move HP up. Illusionist the Summoner with White Magic, Hamito, Deadshot, and Equip Gun. Juggler the Ninja with Item, Throw Item, Arrow Guard, and Concentrate. And Strongman the Ninja with Red Shoes, Basic Skill Weapon Guard, Double Sasuke Knife, and Move +1. On the other side, for Wasp Nest, we have Stinger the Ninja, Punch Art Sunken State, Equip Shield, and Sicken. Hornet the Spellblade with Basic Skill Absorb Used MP, Concentrate, and Move +1. Gundaddy the Engineer with Item, Arrow Guard, Deadshot, and Move +2. And the Queen the Time Mage with White Magic, MP Restore, actually, Secret Hunt, and Equip Gun. Going to large, 15.
It'll be interesting to see how much the Chocobo Gun's going to do for the Engineer. Damage begins with a haste 2. Is that like innate silence on that Summoner and Ninja?
Stealth.
Oh. Okay. So far, the two Ninja twins are marching forward together. Or Ninja Buddies, I guess. Cheer up. And the one-time force field. Gravity gets blocked.
Ooh, that would have been a lethal gunshot. Good block by Stinger.
Was that like Equip Shield and Arrow Guard, or just Equip Shield and Weapon Guard? Because
I don't know. Let's find out.
I'm pretty sure that
Ninja is Equip Shield, no Weapon Guard, Sunken State.
Oh, interesting. Wow, that's a lot of Class Avoid right there, or Class Evade. I guess same difference. But yeah, 30 before I factor in a shield and weapon weapon garden is a lot. The punch for a solid 150. Well, not that solid. Well, solid considering how frail a time mage can be. Goes for Secret Fist. Ooh, and poison on top of that as well. That's a neat little combo.
Clown continues trying to play with gravity.
Yeah,
And
that
Ninja
summoner
is just such a huge problem for down to Clown.
Yeah, the clown. Yeah, look, that summoner clown is getting clowned on. Shuriken. Shuriken. No, this is clowns. This is like clowns are back in town. What they're called?
Down to Clown of Great Renown versus Wasp Nest. Paffey versus DW2. Which reminds me, I forgot to do something. There's the matchup chart.
Oh, did you forget to update it?
Well, I just forgot to send it to you.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
Like, you'd know who was playing if I sent you the damn file, like, like I'm supposed to. Anyways, down goes the Spellblade. Juggler electing to bring back Illusionist instead of going after the Ninja, and frankly, probably a good move. That Ninja is super evasive.
Especially if you add in the Buckler to the mix, where you're just super dodge heavy on both fronts. The second stage is gonna make things even more troublesome for the opponent.
She may just single-handedly win this game.
It is possible. I mean, not to mention Secret Fist is a surefire way to bring opponents down.
Speaking of, there goes the strongman. She just continues trading shurikens with Juggler. Phoenix down, shuriken, Phoenix down, shuriken.
Yeah, I don't think shuriken runs out well. Phoenix downs do.
Actually, both run out.
Oh, do they?
At the same rate, no less.
Oh, that's interesting. So it does become a matter of time before... well, the Berserker Ninja's back up, but not going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Oh, maybe so. Oh, the Ninja with Concentrate does... they got her from behind.
That'll do it. Game 1 goes to down to Clown.
I think it was a little bit unfortunate that the female ninja with the equipped shield decided to move further away after she got a kill. Could have body blocked to prevent the Phoenix down, possibly.
Tell you what, though, this Clown team always has heart.
And soul.
Being, of course, the long-running collaborative team between Patty and Cafe. I think this is, what, the 5th or 6th time we've seen the Clowns? Becoming kind of a fixture of Colosseum's tournaments. I know I mention it pretty frequently, but I love when they were in the preseason that one time. They were styled as on vacation, and instead of being the strongman juggler illusionist clown, it was just actually their real names, the players under the face paint. And that's just such a fun little lore trip through Colo's little tournament world. I don't know why it tickles me so much, but I just love it.
No, I think it's perfectly fine. It's like, it's like a lore in any video game can be really interesting, and more so than the plot itself. Double block and then suck state. A quick flash heal will pretty much bring her back to full HP. Summer goes for a wall.
Yeah, it was in November of last year. Down to Clown Face-Off, the people behind the masks between tours.
Hammers goes for life and to bring back the Spellblade. And it does look like the clowns are, they're in a commanding lead definitely right now.
The show must go on, as they say.
Indeed. Crit, then knockback, but not a kill. Not even after the fall damage.
Strongman way out of position.
Don't think it matters too much since, yeah, that Berserker Ninja can just reach that engineer no problem. And that will do it.
Clowns take the match 2-0. Up next, we have Love Card Magic 2 versus Soul. Everyone in our party is socially awkward versus Quick Teamin. Soul's team made in approximately 15 minutes the day after the deadline. I let him replace one of my teams, hence Quick Teamin. For Love Card Magic 2, we have Stark the Monk with basic skill, Weapon Guard, Equip Armor, and Equip Axe. Fern the Summoner with White Magic, Arrow Guard, Magic Attack Up, and Equip Gun. Friar the Summoner with Item, Absorb Used MP, Short Charge, and Move +1. Insane the Priest with Time Magic, Auto Potion, Move MP Up, and Teleport. On the other side, for Quick Teamin', we have Ghostin the Revenant with Terror. Inspirin the Lancer with Battle Skill, Weapon Guard, Abandon, and Move +2. Of course, an Obelisk as well to strip those buffs. Supporting the Priest with Item, Dragon Spirit, Equip Armor, and Guts. And Big Stick the Geomancer with Punch Art, Counter, Deadshot, Maintenance, and Red Shoes with that Battle Bamboo. Big damage coming out of that Geo. Big Stick going to large 6. Making pretty good time through these matches.
Yeah, they've been going by. I don't want to say super fast, but it's been going by at a relatively good pace.
Yeah, about 15 minutes a match, give or take, which is like just right. I figure matches being in like the 4 to 8 minute range per game are just perfect. Plus the time betweens.
Absolutely. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how many matches I sat through that were like 20 minutes to 30 to sometimes even 45 minutes. I had to sit through when live streaming or recording a tournament. It can be dreadful.
Yeah, I mean, really, what more is there to say after you've seen the first 5 minutes of these two teams fighting? Like, it's just the same thing over and over and over again.
Especially when there's a sandbag loop that just can't get broken.
I mean, we've done a lot of things in Colo to address those kinds of repetitive moments. Like, they just don't happen very often.
Yeah, it would take two extremely well put together defensive teams for that to occur. Wow, that's a one shot on that summoner.
Well, Revenants are good at one thing, and it is murder.
Indeed.
They're not good at survival.
Yes, I imagine they're like the glass cannons.
They're definitely one of the major glass cannons of the monster family. Hey, Saul, what do you know? Your team's fighting right now.
Oh, the Lancer went for the debuff removal on the Priest, despite dealing 0. That's interesting.
Although, I mean, I guess you know it's your team, because who else is running a Ghost?
You know, I have run a team or two with monsters before, but I haven't really fully, I haven't really fully experimented around with them that much.
And I mean, monsters are definitely going to be pretty heavily explored moving into next month with how much they've changed. Like, I'm sure you guys will find some crazy combinations I'll have to deal with, but isn't that just the whole loop of Colo?
Indeed. I think the one fun combo I did do one time was the double Kotetsu a few months back.
Oh yeah, the Skellies.
I thought it was a fun concept to try out, and you know, you did say that I should give that team a little bit more credit than I did initially. The more I thought about it, like, yeah, okay, it did pull off some pretty interesting. It did pull off a couple of interesting wins.
Man, that Ghost is just not giving that summoner any give at all. Also, interesting choice, yelling to put overload on the enemy to 25% them when they finish their charge.
That's a clever way. That's a clever way of using yell. Never seen it like that before. Kotetsu Fundies was dope. Yeah, sure was. I actually had a fun time crafting that team, even though it wasn't exactly perfect. It didn't exactly do what I wanted to do at the time. But I did have fun putting it together.
That summoner just can't catch a frickin' break.
No, she gets back up, breathes some fresh air, and then falls right back down.
Well, Lancer's a little late, but she made it to the party.
Better late than never. Okay, now the Ghost goes down.
That shot at the Ghost is actually in Soul's favor, because now the Ghost might stand back up and actually join the fight.
I was going to say, is the Ghost undead? And you just answered my question. Of course they would be.
Summoner might live to see a turn.
Well, with the Ghost being down, yeah, I would think she just might. That Lancer not doing enough damage to take her out. And Berserk Geo doing some Berserk tomfoolery.
Super unfortunate. The Priest being out of MP definitely hurting Quick Teeman. Like, that's just a death ball on Socially Awkward there.
I'm looking at the teams named one of the two summoners, and my suspicion is that if it's Fern or Fearin. I don't know how to pronounce the other summoner's name exactly, but I suspect it's from a very popular anime.
In Love Colored Magic's case, that's a pretty decent guess. If not anime, Toho. And really, what's the difference between the two? Full haste from Socially Awkward.
Toho is more anime than anime. Yeah, I buy that. Alright, the priest will, let's see, to go for haste here. Better than most anime fans? Yeah, it's like... I'm gonna try not to let this side tangent overtake the match, but yeah, there's just some people that shouldn't be on social media discussing anime, and
I mean that's just true about people
in
social media in general. Social media is sure a place where things happen. And that's all I'll say about that. Unfortunately, the ghost does not stand back up.
Oh, so they do have a chance to crystallize, because I'm more used to undeads always getting back up somehow, and it just became a matter of outrunning the clock. But yeah, good to know that undead does not mean immortality.
I mean, the undeads can buy immune crystal next month at differing rates. I think Skeleton get it for free. I think Ghost have to pay a lot for it.
I mean, I still remember in Arena that whoever has a cursed ring, we didn't have monsters in Arena at the time. If you had a cursed ring, then you're immune to crystal, which means you do get back up. It becomes a matter of can your team survive long enough for your undead unit to get back up? And if the team's well crafted, most cases the answer would be yes.
Yeah, that was a thing here for a while, and like there was a point where I had to take cursed rings away from thieves and ninjas because they were too fast and it was causing like infinite soft lock game loops because you couldn't kill them fast enough to prevent them from getting back up again. And like once I did that, then when I did the extra speed for casters to offset the cast time CT delay, I'm like, well, I could either take cursed ring away from like 50% of the cast, or I could just stop giving it immune crystals so you get up half the time instead of every time. And a bunch of people were like, well, never use cursed ring ever again. Some people still have to decent effect, but it is...
I wonder if that was like an unintended effect that you caused with the cursed ring nerf. Like you want it to still be used, but you don't want it to be too centralizing. But then,
I mean, it was basically like the most common used equipment in the meta prior to that nerf. So, like, I think it had its day in the sun.
I suppose. I mean, it can be often really delicate to balance such things.
Well, ain't that especially the truth?
I think it also speaks to like a lot of video game developers when making items in RPGs. Like you have a lot of grand ideas, but you gotta flesh them out in order to properly put them into practice. You know, because otherwise things just snowball and become really, really unbalanced. Like, why would you use this option when that option is way better, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, I was very happy with, like, armor penetration in the early months of Cola, where, like, we mathed it out and, like, 80% of all armors were being taken. And I'm like, wow, I did not expect it to be that good. But it was like only 14% of weapons and like similar for accessories.
That's something strong that's earned in single-player RPG, and that's okay. I guess it depends on how well the game is designed to begin with, but in general, yeah.
Well, in the case of tactics, the answer is no. It is not.
No. Yeah, tactics had its share of balancing problems too. You know, like, quick example, you might use Agreeads, but why would you use Agreeads when Orlando exists?
Because I used both of them.
And plus, Melio Duel, yeah, she comes with Save the Queen, which is nice, but why would you use Save the Queen for Protect when you have Excalibur right there for the auto haste? And just rip everyone to shreds, you know? It's like, there's a lot of unit balancing problem in tactics. You wish most special skills weren't sword skillers. Let's see, the ones that weren't sword skillers were Mustadio, Rafa, Malik,
Beowulf.
Well, Beowulf was the Oracle named magic user.
Well, an Oracle is not a sword skiller, so...
Not a sword skiller, but uses swords to instantly cast named magic spells, so...
They didn't require a sword. He could be barehanded.
I never experimented that far with Beowulf. I just found it to be a decent utility unit, but that's it. Reese was like the big winner in that whole prologue. Her stat growths are just insane.
Yup. Swordical.
Okay, that should be a new name of a class. Swordical. Copyright, do not steal. And then Cloud was it's weird because he's a sword skiller, but one of the more specific ones that kinda is, well, way too niche for it to work. I mean, if you like to use Cloud at his absolute finest, just use him in his original game, Final Fantasy VII, or play Smash.
And it wasn't even a good specific sword.
No, because you need the Materia Blade, which is part on top of the volcano, right? The barrel volcano.
Yep.
You have to go to the very tippy top, and that's just like way too specific of a location. Well,
and even if you knew it was there, he wasn't a good character. Like, it wasn't worth the time.
No, because you get to grind him all the way to from level 1. My honest take is that because Cloud was just super popular when Final Fantasy VII came about, they just had to add him in. Just like in the PSP remake, they had to add in Balthier. But to be fair, at least Balthier is decently leveled by the time you do get him. If he joined at level 99, no, if he joined level 99, he'd be broken.
No, he'd still not be good.
Well, he'd be broken stat-wise, just not good sword skill-wise. But yeah, Orlando just invalidates anybody early joining or late joining, because it's basically tactics easy mode enabled pretty much.
It's moments like these, Soul, that we live for.
Or die for. Anyways, it did not mean for that tangent to take away from the match. Monk uses Yell on himself. We'll see if that Overload can do something good for the team. Summoner did not grab the crystal, surprisingly enough. The ghost might. No, he does not.
Now the ghost likes one-shotting that summoner.
No one's opted to go for that crystal. Interesting.
That was a nice recoil on the summoner.
Yeah, Summer just needed. Oh, but the overload took herself out, but she did take out the ghost, so. Unfortunate. Earthflex did not really do anything of note.
I mean, the thing about Cursed Ring Fig is, like, 1 PA, 1 MA, 1 speed is just actually really good. Like, yeah, sometimes your guys don't get up, but sometimes you don't want them to be wasting tempo reviving that unit anyways. So if it's a unit that you want to go down or stay down when it goes down, no reason not to give it a Cursed Ring.
I think you do also run the risk of permanently fighting 4 versus 3, and most people don't like the idea of forced 4v3s, unless unless a sacrifice play you can make it absolutely worth it. Like I can see a cherry bomb work.
I mean, that's one that you want to bring back up with life or full life and just go again and again and again. But, like, somebody who's more of your initial buffer and, like, maybe just a distraction while the rest of your team does their damage, like, boy, it's awful when your distraction is just soaking up Phoenix Downs when your team could be doing literally anything else.
That's true. I mean, I guess the only merit I can further add to the Cherry Bomb Undead is that you can stack up so much speed and magic that way that it almost becomes worth it. What did the Lancer have again? Is it Obelisk?
Yeah, it has the Obelisk, which is the status canceling spear.
I mean, I don't think the weapon is the problem. I think it's more like the Lancer's just not PA stacked, and plus you only have concentrate, which while you're guaranteed to take away status, you're not doing a lot of damage in return. So I would imagine something like attack up or 2 hands just might be a little bit better.
Now, I think I kind of agree with Soul here. The idea of using it as a stripper but not as a primary DPS was a problem because the primary DPS is spending most of the battle, like, face down on the floor. The Geo just wasn't accomplishing what he was there for.
I guess when you put it that way, that does make sense. So I was thinking more along the lines of being able to blend the two well together. You know, good damage and getting rid of the and get rid of the buffs. But I suppose that your bigger priority is to get rid of the buffs as opposed to trying to accomplish both, which may or may not always happen.
Yeah, like if you have a wizard or a summoner to capitalize on the pro shell going down, like, that's a thing.
That is very true, yeah.
Summoner's having a whole lot of trouble hitting that Lancer, though. Monk does not, however. There it goes. Quick Teeman is down, and everyone in our party is socially awkward, takes the match 2-0. Up next, we have Break 1 versus Barren 1. Tennessee Titans versus On the Offensive. For Tennessee Titans, we have Brian Callahan the Thief, Sword Magic CT Save Equip Shield, and Magic Defend Up. Amy Adams the Knight with Basic Skill Meatbone / Defense Up and Guts. Rand Carthan the Trent with Blessing of Nature, and Will Levis the Sacred with Mimic Titan. On the other side, for On the Offensive, we have Frank the Chemist with Steel, Weapon Guard, Equip Shield, and Move +1. Isaac the Spellblade with Punch Art, HP Restore, Attack Up, and Move +2. Nina the Sage with White Magic, Catch, Short Charge, and Teleport. And Kayla the Time Mage with Draw Out, Critical Quick, Magic Attack Up, and Guts. Going to large 7.
I'm hoping this team can do at least okay. I didn't see the winners bracket match, but I'm not surprised at how it turned out. That's why I got a little frustrated with one of my comments from like a little while ago. I'm more frustrated about how I did put some thought into what I wanted to accomplish. It must have just had a bad matchup, probably.
Well, I mean, it was against Fig, and, well, you know how Fig's teams are.
That is true. Wait, why did it say 0% that time?
Because it was showing the... Because he was targeting his own panels, and he can't hit himself with it.
Oh, okay, I see.
So it was the hit rate against himself, not against the thief.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know you can do it like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, like, that's how drawouts are displayed. They don't display the hit rate of the targets they're hitting. Like, they display what they're going to do to the user, not the people around them. It's weird. Oh shit, it's a frog 2. It's a frog 3.
Yes, triple the frog. But no, I still think that I still put at least some thought behind this team because I want to throw like a sudden curveball at people thinking, oh, this one's gonna be doing a flare 2, but no, it's gonna be a frog 2 instead.
Jesus Christ.
I want it to be at least a little different.
What an absolute fucking blowout.
You said it.
Jesus, you frogged 3 things and then Demi 2 killed the 4th one. Like, game was over in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I designed my teammate to be really fast. Like, yeah, she is obviously lacking physical durability, but I wanted to compensate that somehow with guts and critical quick. So she'll often get the double turn, hopefully.
Bonk. And goodbye. Tennessee Titans get absolutely ruined by on the offensive. Going to small 83.
All right, this one might be a bit troublesome for me because last time my Sage had the room to cast a Frog 2, but we'll see what happens.
As long as she's not on the front of the bridge, your team gets to body block for her.
That is true.
And your Spellblade starts body blocking the bridge, so this actually looks really, really good for you.
We'll see how it works out, but you're absolutely correct that I would prefer to have the Spellblade to basically hold the choke point if possible. I think I only lost the weapon, which is not that big of a deal, I don't think.
That is, in fact, the weapon.
Okay, it's not as detrimental. No death sentence. That's okay though. Dispel 2 to get rid of at least the buffs, which is fine by me.
Yeah, waiting a turn to get Frog Bridge started.
Although if I can pull off a Frog 2 on the bridge, oh my god.
Hoo boy.
Demi 2 coming up.
And Demi 2 is pretty good too.
No Steel Heart, that's okay. Oh, Spellblade's right there for those lightning stab. Hit 2 people, not too shabby.
Frog.
She's in position. Down goes 1. Oh, Dispel 2. I suppose that's fine.
That's a lot of haste cut down.
It will make the enemies waste their turn if they want to reapply it, so. I think I lost the Wizard Rod, which will decrease her accuracy a little bit.
still, those Demi 2s are being absolutely destructive when teamed up with the Spellblade.
Indeed. Plus, teleport is allowing my Sage to get into positions otherwise she might not have been able to. So if
That's
Thief
2
goes
down.
down, that's...
Stripping the re-raise off the tree. Another Demi 2 coming.
And there goes the Scorpion Tail. The Chemist is only offensive means of damage there. But he can still... I think he can still punch and imply Sicken.
Yes, that will work. Who needs charm? Get out of here.
Exactly.
So yeah, just tree is unfortunate.
Another Demi 2.
Those Demi 2s are really doing work.
Unfortunately, it did miss a tree, but yeah, in general, the fact it can chip down high HP enemies so quickly. And the Sage with Teleport can just get away from danger wherever she wants.
Makes sense to me. Well, it
With
looks
the
like
tree
it
left-
carried through this time just fine. Bunch of crystals in your future.
Spellblade will go forward, split punch. No death sentence, which... Let's see, Leaf Dance. Another critical quick. And a crystal, because why not?
Must be nice.
Mega Potion to heal up my Spellblade. Demi 2 misses again.
Trees do have a decent amount of magic evade.
Overkill Flash Heal. What's the magic evade on the tree?
I want to say 20.
Damage grabs the crystal makes sense. He did eat a damage split earlier.
Uh, 15 looks like.
Oh, and 40 Faith. Okay, that's probably why the Demi 2s were missing. Fair enough.
Yeah, because Faith is hit rate for Demi.
That's true. I did have a backup plan, though, as you see, Kiku.
And
that
it
way...
was good enough. On the offensive, takes a quick 2-0. And we're down.
So far, I'm
and we're down to the final match of the night. The Unkillables versus Unicorn Overload, the second mirror match.
Also, just want to quickly say, GG break. And I'm as happy as I am with my team's performance. It's sad to see yours go.
Well, we'll certainly see him next month. Break. He ain't going nowhere. We appreciate his continued support. For WarpedEdge's The Unkillables, we have Richard the Knight with Bloodsword, Basic Skill, Damage Split, Concentrate, and Sicken. Chloe the Priest with Item, Critical Quick, Equip Armor, and Guts. Angus the Ninja with Sing, Arrow Guard, Equip Shield, Magic Defend Up, and a Tonberry Knife. And Kevin the Lancer with an Obelisk, Punch Art, HP Restore, Attack Up, and Move +1. On the other side, for Unicorn Overlord, we have Alan the Knight, Basic Skill, Damage Split, Defense Up, Move HP Up, also a Blood Sword. Scarlet the Priest with Time Magic, Auto Potion, Equip Armor, and Magic Defend Up. Chloe the Squire with Item, Distribute, Two Hands, and Equip Spear, Double-Handed Obelisk. And Travis the Ninja with Snipe, Arrow Guard, Two Swords, and Sicken. Going to large 100.
Oh, just a minor correction. The main characters for Unicorn Overlord's name is actually pronounced Elaine.
Mm. Haven't
No, no,
played
no,
it yet.
I mean, it's really fun. It plays in real time, so you have to like stay on your toes at all times, kind of thing. It's not that hard at first. You just have to kind of like pay attention to what you're doing, what squadron you're sending in to take out the other enemy squadron and things like that. But otherwise, it is pretty fun.
I mean, I've definitely done my fair share of StarCraft, so I can handle real-time strategic decision-making. But yeah, it's more that, like, most of my free time goes to this, so...
No, it's fair. But if you ever do get the chance, give it a shot.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it's on my, like, one day I'll get to this list.
I mean, I'm not sure if you have, like, Nintendo Switch or not. But I know you can download a demo for it and just try it out for yourself before you buy it.
I am disappointingly bad at StarCraft Fig after how good I was at it back in college. Like, I was never able to do the kind of micro that was required for professionals once micro was a concept we even understood. But before then, I was, like, pretty high up on the ladder. But alas, my days are limited.
Hmm.
Hellcry, probably not the most important weapon in the match, but it's a start.
Yeah, I feel like it's... Wait a second.
I'm just going to pretend that doesn't happen. It's fine. Everything is fine.
I guess I shouldn't question it at this point.
What it basically is books are weapons, so you can attack with them. And I've been putting them in right hands so this doesn't come up very often, but it still does sometimes. I mean, basically, she would punch about that hard, so it's fine. Like it's a little bit longer range attack, whatever.
Yeah, I would imagine one of the more impactful moves would be something like Shell Butt Stab, for example. Because you're effectively taking away you're permanently taking away HP as well as MP in other cases. And yeah, Elaine the Knight. I get the thematic behind giving him Blood Sword because it basically he spams Lean Edge.
I don't know what that is.
Well, Lean Edge is basically the FFT's Blood Sword. You just absorb hit points. It's something that's already in his kit, like right from the start. But yeah, what I was gonna say though is that while I understand the thematic behind using the Blood Sword to imitate Lean Edge, it just doesn't really do a lot of damage, unfortunately. Not without like attack up or two hands, combine that with like Dracula Mantle Dark Boosting. It just doesn't really inflict enough damage. I mean, yeah, I know it's not designed to do so, but well, rather the Knight class. I know the Knight class is not designed to be a damage-dealing juggernaut, but you can do better.
Well, I don't expect the Blood Sword was meant to be a damage juggernaut so much as keep the knight alive.
I mean, it still does what it needs to do, but I think, like, considering how heavy DPS a lot of these classes can be, it kind of needs a little more.
Ouch.
Like that. You want those numbers.
Well, I mean, there is a bard who's spamming PA dance, so they are growing stronger and stronger as time goes by.
That is true. Although Ninja's using the Power Ruin. You don't see that anymore.
I'm kind of curious if it's going to see kind of a renaissance when the AI changes go in and you actually have, like, sliders to control how often you do things like that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a power room was like on like the right target. That could have been a huge deal. Like, I don't think I've seen the AI use bees and boat these days, or magic room. Okay, magic room I can kind of see happening, but bees and boat feels like a rarity to me.
Well, that's because nobody's taking it.
Yeah.
Like, it's still really good.
But it feels like that, it feels too niche, I think.
I mean, given how many times you get to revive with your priest, one bees and boat says, oh, actually, no, you don't get to revive with your priest at all. That's pretty significant.
And plus, it is a good way to bypass the priest specialty where they absorb no damage when casting spells.
Yeah, you can still eat their magic and can't counter their spell that way.
Mm. I also like the Mage Masher because I think it's a lot more applicable. Because you just do it to anybody, really. Plus, with the Mage Masher, you can force the AI to do other things you want it to do. Obelisk for 110. $150 does connect. A good amount of damage, actually. Ninja goes down to poison.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger strengths of this team is how much it just spreads poison around. Like, it costs the enemy team so much tempo to prevent it from just their team withering away. And that's tempo they're not spending on killing these incredibly durable characters.
Especially if you don't carry poison immunity, or at least a way to deal with it as soon as it happens. Because I don't think people really opt for poison immunity all that much.
They do not.
Warren, just cuz. 220 from the squad. That's against that Lancer. That's like a 3-shot. That is pretty good considering 619 is probably the highest number we've seen so far. Unless there's someone else that has even higher hit points than that Lancer, feel free to correct me.
I can't think of any. Down goes the priest.
And there are still 2 Chloes standing left on this map. It would have been really funny if both of Warp's team, since both their names are Chloe, they happen to be the same class. It would have been a really funny mirror spot, the 2 of them facing off and both of them having the same name. Like, one's a real one, the other one's a shadow sort of thing. Maybe I'm just thinking about Persona 4 at the moment.
They could quite be that. Anyways, they're just kind of leaving the priest and squire alone up top. I think they really need to land a death sentence down on Elaine down there. Although
Yeah,
Priest does not have enough MP for revivals anymore, so actually it is a 2v3.
Yeah, it does seem like DS is probably going to be the way to go right now.
Is their death sentence person still alive? Or is it the one that crystallized?
I think... Who had punch art?
Well, there's one way to find out. Not her. Not him.
The Lancer.
Okay. Well, it's a 3-on-1, so it's just a matter of either the poison or a death sentence taking him apart.
Yeah, if they want to get rid of that that knight who can just keep, I think he can just keep healing himself. Yeah, you might want to just go for the death sentence instead and just let him die.
Yeah, he's like healing 118 per turn from move HP up and regen. So
yeah, that's a lot of health he's getting back. Like he's extremely resilient towards attacks. Like, yeah, 60 damage, that's nothing.
And, like, why are you putting down a protect on an enemy unit that you were just trying to rip it off of with an obelisk?
Yeah, it's like I'm doing all this work. Prepare to fast forward.
Vroom. Oh, he's getting frickin' PA broken. God.
This is gonna be.
Well, he's going for death. He's going for death sentences now.
Yes, as long as he lands one, we're golden here. But is the Lancer gonna? Okay, oh, he did attempt it. I did see that. Yes, they are doing JP farming. Normally, normally after a couple more minutes, I usually just give it to the team that has the bigger numbers and just move on. But it is your call after all.
I mean, I don't like making unilateral calls, although it looks like jumps are starting to land now, so they might actually just be able to race his healing.
It depends. It depends how often the Lancer's jumping. Oh, he was on his knees for a second.
Looks like he had a defy pain, though, so, yeah, not getting through that.
No. Oh, my God. We just need a death sentence, and that's it.
Yep.
It's literally all we need.
One PA.
And only 10 damage worth to his name.
And both of them have stealth, so they're immune to damage split.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Well, stealth is they don't get reactions, so...
Oh, they kind of protect themselves from offensive reactions. I get it. I get it. Yeah, it seems like the issue is that the Lancer just does not have high enough move to...
And he does have basic skill.
Yeah, the Lancer just don't have high enough move to do the death sentence thing. And the other thing is that putting death sentence on a physical attacker does feel a bit awkward at times. Because you would think, well, if I can't hit him, I might as well try to inflict status, but then the AI would generally prioritize damage. And if they can't damage them, then the AI will prioritize the one thing that could kill them, and that is death sentence. So yeah, I think just
we're just gonna move on this one. Well, I'm not going to call it the Unkillables yet, but I'm calling it the Unkillables. Like, if games 2 and 3 both finish, then we'll figure it out later, but for now, the Unkillables tentatively win game 1.
Yeah, you might as well put asterisks around. You might as well put asterisks around the word "win."
Yep.
But you know, I gotta say, this stream has been going by rather smoothly, other than just that last one. It went by a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Well, yeah, like, a lot of the defensive teams don't make it this far because this is definitely a more offensive-focused meta. WarpedEdge is just unusual in that this is a very, very well-built defensive team, and there are not a lot of those.
I mean, I still think defensive teams can really work well if you double down on what makes them so bulky in the first place. But you still need to have like a reliable wing con. Like, yeah, Secret Fist is one, but the Lancer I don't think is particularly the best user for it, considering that he'll opt to go for more damage. I think something like maybe a someone that I'm trying to think, like a Mage Master Mediator, let's say. I don't think Mediators can equip knives or anything, but just for the sake of the example, someone with a non-HP damaging weapon would be great with Secret Fist. Or if you have someone that can inflict Petrify, that's another really reliable win con.
Priest gets revived. Stealth across the board, except for the priest, which wouldn't have mattered anyways. She is dead.
Scarlet moves back and goes for a haste 2. Night Soul. Elaine moves forward. Goes for an attack, but gets blocked. Encouraging song goes off again. That ninja is right there to keep the priest down. Scarlet, it's gonna go now for wall. Further establishing the advantage.
There's another
So
revived.
far, yeah, it seems like so far the Unicorn Overlord team is just pressing on the offense slowly but surely. Richard does go after the ninja. Gets a decent amount of health back, but still lost like 5 health overall thanks to the poison. Haste and regen applied, respectively. Let's see, Scar's gonna go for another haste 2. She's spamming a lot of MP to keep the haste up. She only has 40 of it left. One attacks connected, and it applies Sicken to the Lancer. Now Sicken to the Squire. Damage split after that nice poke.
Oh, that Secret Fist on Elaine would have been huge, but unfortunately we couldn't land it.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Magic Shuriken gets blocked. Down goes one of the knights.
It's a 2-on-4. Unicorn Overlord in the driver's seat on this small map.
No, I was normally thinking, what if Elaine had the two-hand blood sword, but then I realized, oh no, Chloe's got it, so that would not have worked.
Revive
Perhaps
up.
maybe. I was thinking maybe if he had attack up instead, and Dracula Mantle, that blood sword I think could have done a little bit more work for him.
HP restore for the Lancer.
All 600 worth, or is it 619? I think it was. The Shuriken, ouch, 306.
Yeah.
Was that like extra damage due to compat, or was it because of seeming somehow counts as a charge? Like you take extra damage while you're charging up something.
Performing does not count as a charge, so it's not that.
Okay, then it has to be compat then somehow, like good compat. Gemini versus. That other ninja had to be either Libra or Aquarius for him to do that much damage. Libra.
Down goes the priest, and it is once again just this Lancer.
So it's currently 4-on-1.
It's a little too late there, Travis.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Oh no, Kevin was the one that has the punch art. That's the Lancer.
Continues being caught in that sandbag loop.
Reason to have an item, I'm not 100% sold on, because I find it to be a bit redundant, unless he's thinking I don't need to have her MP totally be dedicated to QRs. I might as well have Mega Potion.
Priest is the only one left standing, although with that crystal, she can revive. She gets back the Bard Ninja, which is the least durable member of the team. I'm not sure if that's the right call.
Yeah, it's certainly the least valuable one to choose, for sure. That Lancer at least could have done like another Secret Fist or something.
I mean, the Bard is very good early on. It's just that I don't think when you're behind in the late game is when you want a Bard.
No, especially since the Bard's supposed to set the tempo of the match, not turn things around.
Yeah, like he's just singing an encouraging song, and he doesn't have a revival because he's a ninja. So, ugh.
Yeah, so it's kind of so unfortunately, all the singing's going to benefit is just himself.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to end pretty fast in Unicorn Overlord's victory, so it's about to be Game 3. That Bard can only hold on for so long.
And even if Ninja does go on the offensive, 90 damage is not really impressing anybody. Yell again. I'm sorry, that was Warren. All right, that ended a lot more smoothly than last time.
So we go to medium 57. A complicated map.
Oh, the underground book storage. The shuriken. Oh wow, he can actually block while singing. That's actually rather cool to see.
Wasn't that like 2 months ago?
All right, Ninja Bard is still singing. I guess then again, singing might be his best choice at the minute.
Well, yeah, the Bard wants to get out those songs early. And he is well evadable in the early game before anyone can get behind him, so he's a good distraction while the rest of the team gets its business going.
Ooh, Hellcry Punch. So no more Blood Sword for Elaine. Ace 2 goes off. Excuse me. Right, Travis will move forward and Shuriken to the priest. Critical quick.
Mega Potion definitely better than Cure there, because she lives to see it.
Okay, that is one particular case where I can see item be a lot more valuable than white magic. Ooh, Power Rune. Those Obelisk is not going to hurt as hard anymore. I mean, they're not going to hit as hard. There we go.
I thought they hit Chloe, not or no, Chloe is the one with Obelisk. Okay.
Yeah, because she needs the PA for the Obelisk to really hurt, and that Power Rune is going to make it not so. I mean, that's why she's PA stacked with 2 hands.
good buffs coming out of the Bard.
It is making
Him standing in that corner is making him incredibly difficult to manage.
Yeah, that's ironically the best spot for him.
That was a guts critical quick into that Mega Potion.
Yeah, you saw how effective it was during my match with Break.
Chloe once again using her turn for herself with the Mega Potion. Travis
And
once again fails to kill.
but there's no but regen too. I was gonna say at least there was no critical quick this time.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to Mega Potion on her turn anyways, so the poison wasn't going to do it. And
Tomberry Knife. Tomberry Knife finally does something.
And that's huge, too. That ninja is completely away from where he would need to be to get a revive, and really was the glue holding Unicorn Overlord together. The Unkillables probably turned this around just based on that proc alone.
Absolutely. So now the rest of the Unkillables can just get in and eventually start to dogpile. Especially if they can just keep that priest surrounded, their main reviver. And if that Lancer can land a death sentence onto a lane, then that can really further their advantage because they can end it a lot quicker. Because clearly trading blows with him is just simply going nowhere. I mean, yeah, technically Sicken is making him waste his turns, but he's meant to just simply absorb damage anyway, so it's not like it doesn't really detract from what he's designed to do.
Although his HP is high enough that the rest of his team is going to be killed first, so...
That is true.
Hard to soak damage when it's going to everyone else. Although that was kind of a hilarious jump.
Don't worry, I'm going to crash right through that floor. You'll see.
I'm sure I'll see something. Yeah, I'm not sure why they are targeting Richard. It's like Chloe is definitely the better target.
Does Chloe have, like, damage split? Or no, it's distribute. Right, she's supposed to be, like, the free heals for everyone girl.
Yeah. There we go. Going for Chloe.
Although 70 damage, I guess it is technically better because it's higher and she has a lower HP total.
Well, also, it lands the poison, and Elaine is not there to cure it this time. Like, yeah, she has Mega Potions, but those run out.
Yeah. To be fair, 380 HP is not bad by any means for a PA stack Squire.
She's getting low, though.
Slowly but surely.
Elaine is just completely out of the fight for the moment. She can keep chugging Mega Potions, but she's going to run out before they run out of, like, Jump and Blood Sword.
And if she did have the clothed armor equipped, she's still kind of like trying to stall for time. That's all she can do.
Nice little body block on the door there, so Elaine can't get to help the Squire.
And Elaine can't offensively threaten that knight on top of that.
No, not at all. That's a battle song.
Alright, finally you might start to see some forward progress.
Yeah, in the first one, the Bard was crystallized, so there was no way for that battle song to buff them up into the future, but with him still up, that's another major force multiplier for the Unkillables.
Alright. Power Ruin.
I guess if there's nothing else to do.
I suppose, yeah.
84% Secret Fist, that's gonna land.
There you go. Forward progress.
Yeah, Chloe is now on her way out, and Scarlet does not have the mana to revive anybody.
Especially when that crystal just got stolen, so there's that too. Gets rid of stealth and regen, but that's not going to matter too much. And I think she just spent her last yeah, Lane just his movement is just way too low for him to do anything. That's another big issue. Like, I appreciate how tanky he is, but in saying that, you really you want your tank to be in the front lines anyways to basically meat shield everything to death. But he can't really do it if his movement's too low. I mean, if you had something like maybe leather armor or something, that could have been a little bit more manageable for him, but in general, you don't want your tankiest unit to be farther behind. Ninja's going back to encouraging song. I don't know why he doesn't just resume battle song. But, whatever. At least that's essentially a 3-hit KO on that priest, thanks to the added PA from earlier.
And there she goes, dropping to the death sentence, and it's 4-on-2.
And I think the priest is out of mana now.
If not completely out, close to it.
But not enough for a life spell. I don't think so, anyway.
Well, yeah, she was at 30 before this, and life is 50, so...
Oh, wait, Ether.
Ah. Still only at 30, though.
Well, technically 29, if you like to be accurate.
What?
No Tomberry proc. I was hoping for that, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have the Tonberry proc shot against Elaine, so it's really just a matter of time.
True, yeah. Does Lucky, the support ability, does Lucky also affect weapons?
For Tonberry Knife, yes.
Okay. Although I imagine that'd be a very expensive Tom Berry knife user, if one were to go for that.
Lucky
Like, I think the most sensible
isn't that expensive anymore, but yeah, he's still not non-trivial.
Like, I would imagine that the only class that would make sense to utilize Lucky, but don't want to spend too much JP, would have to be a Squire.
Speaking of the proc, there you go.
All right, we saw 2 in this match. Now, if that Tom Berry proc were to go off on the Knight, Elaine, then that would dramatically speed things up. In fact, I think it will finish the whole match.
Yep, it is just a matter of when that ninja gets in or the Lancer. I mean, either way, pretty safe bet that the Unkillables take it 2-1. Like, I don't think he has anything in his kit that would change that.
No, not really. Now, if the knight moves, okay. Technically, the wisest for him to do is just simply stay still and let the priest serve as a temporary body block corpse until she crystallizes, of course. Until she crystallizes, and then one of them can finally move in for hopefully a death sentence or a dead proc. Yeah, I also feel that if the ninja just had Battle Song, you could have potentially started to steamroll a lot earlier than you would like, and I think you could have just left the buff into somebody else. Like, reapplying buffs is kind of a time waster, if I'm being honest, at least for that ninja. There's a crystal.
It looks like it's going to go to Chloe after this protect. Yup.
Okay, now Elaine starts to move.
And leaves his corner, which is not at all good for him.
Not that I think it matters at this point.
Granted.
But yeah, if the Lancer could just simply land a death sentence, we be out of here.
Not this
I was
time.
hopeful. I was hopeful.
Ooh, don't act would be nice.
I guess.
So, like, Secret Fist landing, or a dead proc from the ninja, or a don't act proc from the priest. Any of those would do.
I mean, another battle song did go off, so I guess there's that.
Because if don't act procs, he can't cure the poison, and he's just going to fall apart.
That is a good point. They are progressively doing a little more damage to him, but as you say, the don't act really needs to be applied. Man, how fast does protect run out for the priest to reapply it?
24
Or
ticks, I want to say.
Yeah, I was say protect usually lasts like 3 turns at most.
Give or take, yeah. There it is.
Oh, hallelujah!
The Unkillables take the match 2-1. Such is the way when defensive team meets defensive team. But anyways, there you have it. Then there were 16. We are at the halfway mark. Half of the teams have been eliminated. So as always, thanks everybody for coming out and watching, sending in teams, just being a generally great community. And also, of course, big thanks to Barren helping out with the stream tonight.
Not a problem. It's been a pleasure.
And I will be seeing y'all tomorrow night. We will be, I believe that is 4 winners bracket matches and 4 losers bracket matches. So look forward to 16 becoming 12. See you then.
All right. Have a good night, all.